I'm JC Shelton with UGA Wire, the Players Lounge, and UGA Football Live. I'm here with a man who needs no introduction, but I'm going to give you one anyway. Former Georgia Bulldog, All-SEC Bulldog, two-time Super Bowl champion, Super Bowl MVP, XFL coach and GM right now as well.
That's crazy, man.
How are you doing, Hines?
I'm very blessed, man. Glad to be here with you, man. Every time I hear those introductions, man, I kind of get shy. I can't believe that I did all those things. But extremely blessed, honored to be here, getting a chance to talk with you, my brother.
Thank you, sir. I have my first questions for you is, correct me if I'm wrong, but you haven't been back in a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's probably been, I would say, 4 or 5 years, now that I've gotten into coaching. And, I was coaching with the Jets in the NFL, and then I went down and did a little college ball at FAU, and then now coaching, man. My time has been limited, but just coming back, man, just brings back so many great memories here at homecoming weekend and teaming up with Fairfield with Marriott to really kick off the home field advantage tailgating part. So really want to be out here to share celebrate the partnership with Fairfield and, of course, NCAA, the official hotel of the NCAA. But to be here during homecoming week, man, I wouldn't rather be in any other place, man. It just brings back so many great memories being here in Athens.
Yeah, and has the city changed any after two national championships?
Yeah, the stadium's gotten nicer, more buildings, more housing you're starting to see, but it's just great, man, being a Bulldog, being a Bulldog family and seeing the success over the past couple seasons, winning the championship, man. I couldn't be more happier than, for Kirby Smart and Bobo and Muschamp, former teammates of mine, and seeing really what they've done for the university, because we all took an oath when we signed here years ago to show our commitment to try to change things around here in Athens, and to see those guys doing it, man, just makes me proud to be a Bulldog.
Yeah.
So.
Describe those guys in practice. Bobo,
a technician, knew a lot of the game, was always commanding, wanted the best for all the guys. In the huddle, we'll look at each other. I know he's coming to me. I remember Auburn, I called a post route, and he looked at me, and I said, all right, he's coming to me, so I better run the best route. Muschamp got a little Bulldog in him himself, man. He's always spitting, firing up guys. He was like that as a player. Kirby was more cool, laid back, but still hit you in the mouth. He got the little man in syndrome. He gets kind of upset a little bit, but those are little behind the scenes. Me being former teammates, I can say that about those guys. But I love each and every one of them, man. I mean, each and every day, just watching them, how they, their work ethic and what they put at practice. They always, strive to get better each and every day. So I just knew those guys in the coaching world, they would be great coaches because they demanded that at practice. Great leaders on the field. Kirby, of course, learned from Muschamp, playing the same position and really carried on. Really, you look at Muschamp and Kirby, they were similar players, had similar attributes and things like that they brought. So I'm not surprised at all to see kind of what they've done and the culture that they try to create here in Athens, and starting to see the success, play out on the football field. So extremely happy for those guys, and happy for, of course, my alma mater here at Georgia, to see it's not just all about Herschel Walker anymore. So to have that success, a long time in and waiting for so many Georgia Bulldog fans, and Georgia is definitely on the map as far as one of the top programs in the country, and to be a part of that is a blessing in itself.
Yeah, and opposing fan bases can't say 1980 anymore.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the crazy thing, right? There's so many great players who donned the silver britches, man, that went on to have crazy careers in the NFL. But that was the one thing that we were lacking, is championship. So it was so great to finally see kind of get over that hump, especially against Alabama, who's been on the mountaintop for so long. But now, I think Georgia's is right there. We're here to stay, and I've always took great pride in understanding that we have some great players in the state of Georgia, and now you're starting to see those great players want to stay in state, be closer to home, and kind of build a dynasty right here in Athens, Georgia.
Yeah, and Kirby said when he got the job, it was a sleeping giant.
Yes.
And we've seen that really take place here.
Correct.
In the culture in Athens. Speaking of, and we talked about this off camera for a second, but I got to ask you about it. So Kirby doesn't like the whole black breeches and the white tops that he used to wear back when you guys were playing.
Yeah.
And what do you think about that? You said Kirby
Kirby
lacking
just,
a bit there?
No, it's just Kirby's old school, right? He's old school. I'm a little trendy. I like to wear, I like to flash a little pop of color every now and then. But the pure Bulldog traditionalists, it's all about the silver breeches, right? I never want to get rid of that. I don those colors, so I understand. But every now and then you need to, show out there because that's college football, right? It's bigger facilities, how many different uniforms you can wear. That's what kids are going for. I'm not saying that we have to be like everyone else, but every now and then, they'll throw it in there. They wore some red breeches before, right? That's so just a pop of color from time to time. But I'm more of the stylish guy. I like to be a complete, think of the big picture. Kirby's more of a traditional guy. He's just khaki pants and just, zip up and go out there and kick butt all day. So
yeah, I'm gonna take my khaki pants out of the video. And speaking about, Kirby, if I'll give you a hypothetical here. He calls you tomorrow to come coach with him. What would your response be?
I'll quit whatever I'm doing. I'm coming here. I would love to come back. Like I said, we took that oath a long time ago. When we committed to the University of Georgia, it was trying to keep the best players in state. At the time, when we all signed back in 1994, we were the best of the best players in high school football. And we all took a vow to change things around. And, certain players, their career took off. Some made it into the NFL. Some got injured, some not. So anytime, this is like the dream job for all of us, being from the state of Georgia. Mike Bobo growing up in Thomasville. So, to come back in his home state, to help this team, help this university, stay on the map as far as being one of the best colleges in all of football. That's what it's all about. So it would be a great dream job, but, God has a plan for me, and if that's in the path, then so be it. But this would be a dream job. This would be one of those ones that, and I don't want people to go asking everybody and putting stuff, but I would quit whatever I'm doing to come back and be a part of that, because that's the oath that I took back in 1994.
Yeah,
so.
That's the culture here too, because the last former head coaches that are living all live in Athens. As people come back. I'll give you this. So, your time with the Pittsburgh Steelers, and you look at this Georgia team, and you got a quarterback who's his first year starting. What's some things you could pull from your time in the NFL that you learned being with Ben Roethlisberger and a bunch of really good former players, all pro in their own calibers? What would you tell this team, this Georgia team now, getting ready for a postseason run?
Well, I think every year is different. Everybody like to compare. They always compare players who formerly either played your position or formerly did. Just be your own self in your own way. Make your own name, make your own legacy of what you want to be known for when you leave the University of Georgia. I just think you can't try to compare yourself to last year's team because they're not the same team. There's different positions, different players and stuff. So you get your opportunity, make the most of it, and really just figure out a way how can you impact the team in your own way without being a distraction to your team. And I think that's the great thing about football, that especially college football, because you got turnover every year. The seniors leave, you get an opportunity, you got to make the most of it. But don't try to do what last year's team done. You're not the same person, not the same player. You just got to find your own way, your own niche of how I can impact the game and make your name, your own legacy, how you want to get the job done. So that's always my message to all the younger players. Even when I was playing and I got an opportunity to go to Pittsburgh, I always told the guys, don't be like me, be a better version of yourself. I want nothing but success from all the players. It's great that you want to be like me, but I look at it, I want you to be better than me so you can prosper, you can get all the things that you want to get out of this experience as well, because you can't play football forever. You know, so if you're going to do it, go out doing it your way and not trying to be somebody that you're not.
Yeah, and the Bulldogs have a chance to make a statement today, right? So they got ranked number 2 in the CFP rankings. Players might have feel a little slighted there. You know how guys, they like to see that number.
But do they really care? I think that's like coaching motivation, right? Oh, how dare they put us at number 2? Every game's big, and then, it's just about getting your ticket and punching your ticket to get to the playoffs. Because once you're in, you're in. It don't really matter where you was ranked, stuff like that. Now, if you're number 1 all year and then you number 2 because of whatever reason, you scratch your head. But my mom always told me you only can control what you can control.
Yeah.
And Georgia, they can't control who does the rankings and stuff like that. It's just got to be, focused. Don't get distracted by polls or anything. Everybody's saying how good you are or bad you are. Just go out there, continue doing a great job. And that's what's impressive about what Kirby and the coaching staff has done for the last 3 or 4 years, to be able to week in and week out get their players ready to play and go out there and dominate the way they've been doing it. Yeah, you win some close games. They had some blowout games, but it's hard to motivate young kids, especially college kids, to be able to have worrying about academics and all the other things and social media and stuff like that, to get them focused, to bring them back together in the building, to focus on the little things, the details of what they got to do each and every weekend. That's what's impressive about what Kirby and his staff has done. For the past 3 or 4 years, you talk about consistency week in and week out. That's what the Bulldogs have shown. Yeah. So every game is going to be a big game. This is just a game that's on the schedule. Luckily for me, it's homecoming, getting an opportunity to team up with Fairfield by Marriott, to be here, sharing the festivities. That's what it's all about, man. I'm just extremely happy to be back in Athens.
Yeah, I appreciate the opportunity. I'll leave you one thing.
Yep.
All right, number 2, number 12, SEC matchup for the East. Give me a prediction. Georgia 15-point favorite right now.
It's going to be a blowout, I think. Homecoming, they feed off all the people coming back, the all alumni, the fans.
Yes, sir.
Fairfield, Marriott being here. It's going to be a blowout, right?
You heard it.
Yeah, 38-14.
38-14, Georgia covers, and it's a blowout.
It's a blowout.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. Thank you there.
Appreciate it. Thanks, everyone, for watching. Yeah.